Meera was a true rebel. As a poet in her life, she rebelled against her family, her in-laws. The only path that she followed was that of Bhakti, her devotion to Krishna, her search for the divine. Once she had taken to the path of Bhakti in her search for the divine, Meera dared even death to defeat her. The entire adornment of the seeker is directed towards making her a better human being, spiritually and socially. She wrote, चलो अगम के देश काल देखत डरई, वहाँ भरा प्रेम का हौज हंस के ल्या करई, ओढ़न लज्जा ची धीरज कौ घाघरो, छिमता कांकन हाथ सुमत को मूंदरो, कांचो है विश्वास चूड़ऊ चित उजलऊ, दिल दुलड़ी हरि नाम सांच को दोवड़ो, दाता अमृत मेख दया की बोलनो, उपटन गुरु को ज्ञान ध्यान को धोवनो, कान अखोटा ज्ञान जुगत को झूठनो, बेस हरि को नाम काजल है धर्म को, जीहर सील संतोष निरत को घूंघरो, बिंदली गज मीन हार तिलक हरि प्रेम को, सज 16 सिंगार पहरी सोने राखड़ी, सामलिया सुप्रीत और सु आखड़ी, पतिव्रता की सेज प्रभु जी पधारिया, गावई मीराबाई दास कर राखिया. Meera wrote scores of lyrics laying down her philosophy, her approach to the divine. In the lyric I have just read out, she says, let us reach for his kingdom where even Kal fears to enter. Kal is here, the god of death. The Rajahans of our soul frolics there in the lake of love. Modesty will be our covering and perseverance our skirt. Mark the images. We shall put on the bangles of forgiveness and the rings of good sense. Every virtue that she is pleading for is to improve the mankind. Our faith in him is our looking glass, and our clear conscience our bangles. His name is a necklace of 2 strings with truth as the centerpiece. Our kind words are the nectar we disperse as charity. Meera says, the Guru's Gyan provides us with unguent to wash away the dirt of ignorance. It's a very deep thought. Our meditation cleans our thoughts, she says. We listen only to the right word and shun falsehood. Hari's name is our dress, and our dharma our eye black. Our good conduct and contentments are the dancing anklets. Applying the tilak of Hari's love, we put on a pendant of large pearls, dress it to kill with golden threads dangling from my wrists. Ignoring other suitors, I wait for you, my beloved. Come to the bed of your faithful wife, devoted wife. Meera wants to be your slave. Pati Bharata ki sage Prabhuji Padhariya. I'm not going to be disloyal to you. Gavai Meera Bhai Das Kar Rakhiya. So writes Meera Bhai. Keep me as your slave. Meera wrote scores of lyrics laying down her philosophy, her approach to the divine. I shall be taking up a large number of her lyrics in later videos. Meera's thinking was focused. She never deviated from her pursuit. She wrote for her own pleasure as well as to please and guide her listeners. Let us today talk of Meera's place in literature. A writer is judged by the content of his writing. This judgment takes the form of longevity as well as the duration over which an author is read. Meera died more than 400 years ago. There was no facility for printing her poems in the form of a book, distribute them and thus propagate her thought all over India. Whatever she wrote was carried from place to place by the saint poet in her wanderings or collected by her devotee companions. She wrote more than a few hundred poems, and most of them have survived till date. In this duration, Meera's popularity with the connoisseurs as well as the devotees has increased like the waxing moon. There is no waning here. Stage plays have been written on her life and works. Movies have been made to celebrate her life and music. The most accomplished of vocalists take pride in singing her lyrics. Hundreds of her bhajans can be found on the YouTube library. Meera as a poet stands tall in Hindi literature, as tall as Surdas and Tulsidas. That says enough for her stature as a poet. There was a divinity in whatever she wrote. Her writing did not come out of her suffering. It came out of her devotion for Krishna. And that devotion took so many forms. She expressed it in so many images, one better than the other. Personally, the more I listen to her bhajans, the more I get involved. Some of them make me weep, others make me think, but they are all unique and they are all great. Jai Sri Krishna, Jai Sri Krishna, Jai Sri Krishna.